Madison Square Garden delivered. Madison Square Garden fucking delivered. Even from the earlier fights, it was Benoit Saint-Denis. So I predicted this to be fight of the night. I did not expect this to be over in the first round. And you've got to give it to Benoit Saint-Denis because he catches that kick perfectly. Right on the fucking chops. Right on the cheeks of Matt Frevola. And Matt Frevola, man, he is a savage. And also the fact that he did it at Matt Frevola's hometown. That was a great fucking fight. And I think we've just found a new star from France. And to be honest with you, the European MMA scene at the moment is fucking insane. So good at the moment. We have got fighters from every single, well, majority of the countries in Europe now that are on the up. On the fucking rise. Mackenzie Dern needs to learn to drop her fucking chin. You cannot stand and bang with Jessica Andrade and think that you're gonna fucking win. Especially when your chin is so fucking high up going in like this. You're gonna get clipped. And it took you, she got knocked down 4 times in 2 rounds. Knocked down 4 times in 2 rounds. Like, I do have to question some of the coaching from it. Where was the coach to go, listen, fucking stop it. Put your chin down when you go for them attacks. Because there was some parts of it she did well. But other part was just Jessica Andrade on fucking top. She was on top from the fucking off, to be honest with you. Mackenzie Dern had a couple of good moments. Nothing too mad. Amateur level. Do you know what I mean? Tucking the chin in is one of the first things you get taught in amateur boxing. Or amateur level kickboxing or whatever. Is tuck your chin in. When you go on that attack, keep your fucking chin down. Don't be fucking going in like this. And Jessica Andrade fucking warned her 2 or 3 times before finishing the fight. And then we go to the co-main event. Tom Aspinall. I predicted this would happen. I predicted that Tom would win. I will be honest, I did think it would be a submission. I thought the game plan would have been take him to the ground and take him into deep waters of jiu-jitsu. I know Pavlovich is at American Top Team. We know even at American Top Team there's some good wrestlers and grapplers and stuff there in jiu-jitsu. But, and I thought that would have been the plan. I thought early on there'd been a few leg kicks, get the takedown as Pavlovich would come running, get that takedown, and potentially take the back or go for that 3/4 guard Kimura. Half guard, 3/4 guard Kimura. But we were fucking wrong. We were wrong. Tom Aspinall had other fucking plans. The plan was to get him out of there fast. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. He got him out of there fast. And listen, you cannot knock him for it. You can't knock him. So let's look at the fight again. Okay, let's look at the fight. I'm gonna have it on the screen as well. So as you can see, there's so much respect between these 2 guys. Like, everyone Tom fights, there's so much respect for the opponents, and I love it. But also, I'm like, be a bit of a twat with him. The very famous John Jones-esque sort of stance. Pavlovich is a fucking monster though, isn't he? Pavlovich is an absolute fucking monster. So as the fight starts, we know Tom's light on his feet, and we expected light on the feet with a few kicks coming in. And that first kick completely put Pavlovich off balance. And I think that was a bit of a, oh shit, he's heavy on his feet here moment. And then as we go again, Tom keeps coming in. Pavlovich is very solid sort of kickboxing style, hasn't he? He's got that high hands. Once again, Tom light on his feet, calf kick, and then he eats that shot there. He eats that shot fucking unbelievably. I don't think people understand the power that shot possessed. Is the left hand that caught Tom, actually. So he goes over with a right. That leg kick comes in. He steps in. The right hand misses and hits the back. And the left hand comes over. And he just missed with that right. I believe if that right hand there connects, look at that for fucking distant management. That could have easily been good night. So pop the gum shield back in. Pavlovich goes again, once again, distant management, and then we carry on with the fight, and it's the beginning of the end. We get that lovely calf kick once again, right here, bang, and then it's just 1-2, 1-2, and a couple of hammer fists just to make sure, and new. So incredible, and watching that was just fucking incredible. The relationship I have with Tom, and doing, especially with his cousin as well, very, very close with his cousin, but also to have been a part of that journey, been able to have the opportunity early on in Tom's career in the UFC to help with his nutrition and help with his food. It's quite difficult to just, like, even the smallest part, it's just unreal. It's just unreal. I was very fortunate to be able to work with Tom in his UFC debut against Jake Collier, also against Alan Baddou. So yeah, like I say, it's just been to see Tom's last fight at Cage Warriors, and then to be able to just watch the rise of someone so fucking genuine and stuff as well. He's like, honestly, like, he is so fucking genuine and such a nice person. Like, honestly, like, when he goes into the cage, it's scary to think, like, the baddest man on the planet. Yet again, he's just so polite and stuff with you as well, and it's just like I say, I believe we have found a champion for a long time now. I think we've found a champion for a long time. Cyril Gane coming out now saying, hey, do you remember you called me? Fuck off, Cyril. Hey, you've got some shit to fucking fight. You go and fight Almeida. Do you know what? Cyril Gane has missed the buck here big time. He's had 2 opportunities at a title and failed twice, or he's come short twice. The rankings today will be fucking clear. You've got John Jones as the champ, Tom Aspinall, interim champion, Stipe Miocic, number 2. Then you can have the Gane, Almeida, Pavlovich. I don't even think Pavlovich drops too much in stocks. What next? The way I personally think UFC will go is Stipe Miocic and say, listen, do you just want to wait for John Jones for this legacy fight? Are you happy to sit out another 8 months, 12 months? And bear in mind, if he says yes, that's 4 years Stipe will be out for. 4 years. You cannot keep Tom Aspinall out for 18 months because that's still holding the division, so he will need fights as well. He will need fights. I think the way that they'll do it is we will see Cyril Gane and Almeida. That has to happen. In my opinion, I think that has to happen. The only fight I believe to make from this is Stipe versus Tom, Gane versus Almeida. They're the 2 big fights. You might get Pavlovich versus Blades, even though he's already beaten him. It's Blades' last fight. I don't think there's necessarily need to see Blades against Pavlovich again. Could we see Blades against a Volkov? But if the UFC are that adamant to put John Jones on against Stipe for this legacy fight, would it not make it more of a legacy fight if Stipe versus Tom happens and then the winner of that faces Jones? because that then becomes more of a legacy fight, because we've got the champion out of them two as well. You know, we've got one of the greatest heavyweights of all time against the up-and-coming new breed of heavyweights. That is the fight to make, and I think UFC will be in conversation of making that fight. Tom Aspinall versus Stipe Miocic. Winner takes the John Jones fight. And probably see it in Madison Square Garden next November. Fuck, can you imagine? Can you imagine? And then we had Jiri against Alex Pereira. So Alex Pereira's had 11 professional MMA fights. He has won 2 UFC weight world titles from it. Unbelievable. He entered the UFC. So he entered the UFC at 1-1. He'd had 2 MMA fights. He's beaten the middleweight champ already in Sean Strickland. He beat the UFC middleweight. He's beat the current UFC middleweight champ in Sean Strickland, knocked him out in round 1. He beat Adesanya then for the belt. He then rematched Adesanya. Then he beat Yan, and now he's beat Jiri. Is there anything this man can't do? A lot of people will say it's an early stoppage. Absolutely not. It was not an early stoppage. Let's have a watch of it. There's no way it's an early stoppage. And the reason I'm saying this is because Mark Goddard fucking knows what he's talking about. Mark Goddard has seen something, and I am so glad that he did stop him, because he stopped what could have been potential further damage. He'd eaten 6 or 7 unanswered shots by this point. He falls forward after the attempted falls backwards after that takedown attempt. So do I believe it was an early stoppage? No. And I will. So if we look at this now, Jiri comes forward, catches Alex Pereira. Pereira catches him with that lovely fucking right hand, and then he eats what, 12, 13 elbows. You can't say that's an early stoppage. The way he falls backwards, that's not an early stoppage. How do we know that when he falls backwards that Alex Pereira does not fucking carry on and really cause damage? I think that the stoppage was perfect. And do you know what? Even if it is early, I would rather it be early and Jiri be able to fight another day than it being late and that's the end of Jiri's career. And that might be controversial, but that's the way I stand on it. Next one's UFC 296, obviously at Las Vegas, with Colby Covington attempted to take the title away from Leon Edwards. I expect some drama over the next few weeks. I expect Colby Covington wanting to sell that fight. I also think that we might see a bit of a Masvidal around to try and wind Colby up. But let me know your opinion on all of it. Does Tom Aspinall beat John Jones? Was it an early stoppage? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget, hit like and subscribe.